Hi folks, this is another small camper that I went to see recently. It's the Rockwood G14FK by Forest River. The FK stands for front kitchen. The LED lights and outside speakers. Most of them all have the outside speakers. It also, which is unusual for a small camper, it has a power awning. But what really sold me on this camper was the entrance, the 2 steps entranceway, because I have bad knees, and the 1 step, every one that I was trying to get into with the 1 steps, I was having a really hard time. I noticed on a lot of the small campers and the videos I was viewing, people were redoing their locks for these combination locks. And this one comes standard with the combination lock, which is nice if you're going hiking or if you're going to the beach. You don't have to haul your keys. You can also use keys with it too. Salesmen were saying with the YouTube videos on this camper that if you want a front window, because that's what was missing, that it didn't have a front window, that you could get the front window instead of that storage, that shelf right there, and that would really open it up. But it's nice to also have that storage with the net. There's the overhead light, and they also have the sink and a recessed cooktop, which is really nice. So when you put the top down, you have extra room. My favorite part was this power plug pops up. So you can plug everything in, like if you want a coffee maker, you want a blender, if you want to cook or whatever. Look at all the plugs right there. That is so handy. That's like having a power strip right there. So I guess it's called a pop-up power strip. There's plenty of storage that's out of the way. I like that the storage is down underneath, so if you want to put canned goods or anything like that, you can just tuck them away and shut it. And the drawer that's to the right, it's right by the door. So when even if you're outside and you need something, you don't have to come inside. There's the microwave, and that's... at first I was kind of thinking, why does it have to be so, down like that? But then again, how often do you really use a microwave? Goodness. A lot of plugs conveniently everywhere, so you can plug stuff in. I see with some of the other trailers that we went to see, they never had enough plugs. Yep, and that is another drawer. And then this cabinet here, I was thinking that I could put shelves in it so I could stack things. It has the 3-burner stove, which is nice because a lot of your small campers only have 2 burners. And the wet bath, which is really cool, is straight across from your entry door. So you don't have to go tramping through from the bed. You just walk right in, boom, if you have to use the bathroom or take a shower. What I liked about it is it had a door. A lot of the wet baths, they have shower curtains. So I liked that it had an actual shower door, and it had a fan. When you're taking a shower, and a push light, I love that. And there's a little cat to put your shampoos and stuff in. And here's a waterproof storage, which is really neat. But the fan is so important because it steams up and you have to have an exhaust. I like the toilet. I had plenty of room. I tried sitting on top of it if I had enough room. Even tried standing in the wet bath and moved to the left and moved to the right because I'm 5'9" to make sure I had enough room. The coolest thing is the Shower Miser water saver. I never have seen something. You flip it while your water's heating up, you flip it to the left and it runs, and then you can reuse the water. And there's a shower wand, of course. But that is something, I mean, boy, they're really conserving the water for you, especially when you're boondock. This refrigerator, I love the refrigerator. I was having, because I'm a tall person, so it's nice and high. You don't have to bend over to get in the refrigerator. And you know through my other videos, I always, with the small camper, wanted a freezer, and most of them did not come with a freezer. This one has a really nice size refrigerator that looks like it has a lot of storage and a little tiny freezer. My list, the number one thing I had to have was a three-way refrigerator. I want the gas, the electric, and the battery because when you're going to go off the grid, I have to be able to use battery. Another nice thing is right underneath the refrigerator, they have a wardrobe. One of the features is it has a U-shaped dinette. I don't know how much we're going to use a U-shaped dinette, just being the two of us, my husband and I. But everyone I speak to that is experienced campers said, you will love it. Because as soon as it starts raining or it's chilly outside and you have people that are stopping over and say they want to come over for dinner or for dessert or even to play cards, you have the extra room to fit them. As you can see when stepping back, there's plenty of storage with the, I don't know what they call that, the netting, so your stuff won't fall out. So if you want to put your bedding and everything up there during the day, you can just tuck it away up there and it's easy access, which is nice. And the bed, the table drops to make a bed. I saw in a different video, one of the girls, she took the table down and she said that it kind of moves around like when you're moving on the bed. So she said to put Velcros. Well, this dealer already must have known that because there was already Velcros there. Right there where the table on the edges. So that's just a little point right there to know. And then you can either take the cushions around the back, take them off, or leave them there, depending on how tall you are and how much room you need. The windows are very nice. They crank like this, and they have a roll shade. So it gives you plenty of privacy at night, and it also blocks the sun during the day to keep the heat out. What my favorite thing is, it was on my list, is I wanted a 12-volt TV DVD. And this one has a 22-inch 12-volt LED TV combination DVD. Also has an AM/FM stereo with Bluetooth, and my husband really wanted the USB so he can plug in his music that he has pre-recorded. That's very nice. I like that they have the control panel right near the door. So a lot of them, they have them behind the dining room table and inside the camper. This one's right in the door. So you walk right up the step, boom, you got your control panel. And more charging stations. They think of everything, and then your fire extinguisher, rooftop AC. I think you have to order it so it's not the same standard one in all the units. There's 3 windows, so you will have so much cross ventilation because that's also going to be your sleeping area also. And there is a 20,000 BTU furnace right underneath and more plug-ins. Yep, so it'll be nice and warm. There is the controller for the furnace and the solar controls. We'll get into that later, all about the solar and more plugs. On the outside storage, there's magnetic door catches, which a lot of the small campers do not have. This is something that they're all just starting to come up with. There's nothing worse when you're trying to dig in there and you're using both hands and the door keeps flopping and hitting you right in the head. So that's pretty neat that they thought of that. The newest thing that everybody's talking about is the Wi-Fi Ranger booster. I see on the videos of the small camper, everybody's installing this powerful Wi-Fi router and booster. Well, this comes standard with this camper. I cannot believe it. You don't have to You don't have to invest in this. It comes standard on it. If you look at some of my other videos, one of the reason I was looking at a teardrop tab, the TAB, is because it comes with the Asdel composite panels. Well, this camper I found has the same panels. I never knew because they never put it out on their outside to acknowledge that they were built with this. So this is pretty cool. It's made in the USA. Every video you watch on small camper and going off the grid, what do they all talk about? Renewable solar power. Solar power is the latest and the greatest. Who would ever know? This camper comes with solar roof mount, flexible 100-watt panels that come with it. They have an extra solar plug that's on the outside. So if you want to add to it and you want to plug in your portable panels, because I was trying to tell the sales rep, he's like, oh, you're fine. You don't need a portable one. You don't need a portable one. I said, wait a minute. If I'm going to go somewhere and it is so stifling hot, I'm not going to want to park in the sun. My camper's going to cook. I want to park in the shade under a tree, and I want to plug my panels in and run my cord into the sun and get my solar. So it has solar on the side, the plug-in right there. You can see it. I'm going to give you an example right now how easy it is. You just pop it off, boom, plug it right in. It also comes with the power jack. I'm not too crazy about that, but my husband says yes because I worry about draining the battery. But he says as you get older, the power jack is so much nicer than having to crank up the trailer. 2 LP tanks, bottles, and 2 batteries. You never can have enough batteries, especially when you're using the solar. So this comes with both. It has 4 frame-mounted stabilizers jacks. This particular model that we looked at had the larger tires because it came with the off-road package. And the thing about it is I really like it, but it adds weight to the camper. So you're going to have a bigger engine on whatever you're towing with. So that was one of the shortcomings. It has satellite cable hookup, which is standard on most campers. They all come with that now. And your water hookup, whether you're with shore water or your other water. Else I was looking for, I couldn't find, which is also on my list, is an outside shower. Most of your campers, it's surprising they don't have an outside shower. So that's almost like having another sink outside, or if you're by the sand and you want to wash your feet off, that's really handy to have that. They also come pre-wired for a backup camera. There's an outside ladder, which is very convenient in case you ever want to run up on the top, jump up there and see what's going on the top of your camper. Include in all their units a Coleman outside camp stove. It's like a gas grill portable, which is really handy because, in case you go to a site and they don't have a grill for you outside, and it's too hot to cook inside on your gas grill, you can use this outside. I think it's a handy touch. I really like it. This camper, all in all, it really, I was impressed with it. Here's looking at the floor plan, and I hope you enjoyed my video.